there that you need your father. And what's missing in you, what you're longing for, that little empty space that you have, as though something is missing. Even though you get all the money you want, you can live in whatever neighborhood, you can burn down, destroy. That longing that you have is for a father. You're longing for the Father. That's why you must return to the Father. And once you do, your mind will be renewed. The emotion will be taken away from you. You will have perfect peace. This young girl describes her experience of going through therapy for these issues. Do we have the soundbite on that? Here's that clip, soundbite B. Watch this.
No, I'm definitely going to go to therapy. I mean, that's, of course. I've been to therapy. But I've been to therapy a million times, but sometimes I just feel like they don't get straight to the fucking point. Like, it's like, to me,
why you didn't clip that?
This is an urgent matter.
Yeah.
And for them, I'm just another one of their patients. And so for me, it's like life or death. Like, if you don't give me a tool by the end of this conversation, the next time we talk, I'm gonna have something else to say. Like, something else I did, something else I f***ed up on. And like, I just need to know how to handle it better, handle my emotions better.
Amazing. How sad is that? You pay all that money to see these dumb therapists because they have degrees and they know nothing. This girl could have been over this a long time ago. She's so clear in what she's doing and that she missed her father. Hey, forgive your father. Go to your father. Forgive your mother for turning you away from your father. Talk to your father. Forgive him for not being there for you. And you'll be fine. It'll be all over. It's just that simple. You don't need antidepressant medication. You don't need tons and tons of therapy. You just need to forgive. Return to your father, and you will be completed. She's 21 years old, and you know how the millennials, they curse. That's their second language. So forgive that F word. The F-bomb. So it'd be amazing if we could get her on the show. We're going to try. But if y'all know her or can whatever with her, FaceTime or find her, tell her to forgive her mother for turning her away from her father for not being able to deal with her mother, and be there for her. And she'll be fine. That's all it takes, folks. It's a spiritual thing. And everyone who's turned away from the Father, earthly Father, you're turned away from God. And that's that emptiness that you feel. Excuse me. A longing for the Father. And she talked about how when she's dating, I guess she'd be mean to the guy, she'd be good, she'd be mean, she love, but she hates this. Because women are looking for a father's love, guys. They're not looking to get screwed. You're looking for a mama's love, and you're trying to find it through screwing the woman. But the woman is looking for a father's love, someone that is of love. And they need you to be that way to bring them out of that hell they're in. This young lady is describing what she needs. A father's love. And that void that you have will leave. It will disappear once you return to your fathers. Here's soundbite C where she, what's her name? Sella describes how she doesn't want to take responsibility. Watch this.
I'm like kicking my feet inside because I'm just like, I don't want to take responsibility for this. Like, I don't want to, because why should I? Because my fucking, like, this is not even for me to take responsibility for.
That's right.
This is my father and my mother who weren't around or who fucking, like, and now I'm here fixing myself from their shit. Like what do I don't even know where to go. I just don't know where to go. I don't know where to go. But obviously, it can't go on like this. It can't go on like this because I just have no control. Like, I lose complete control over myself.
Amazing. And she is not responsible for that. It's not her fault. Not one iota. It's not her fault. And that's where a lot of people do. They take responsibility for that. They blame themselves, and it get worse. What she's going through now is her father and mother's fault. And it's nice that she's an adult and now she's seeking to overcome it. And I believe she's going to find it. The fact that she's questioning it, she knows that something is wrong. That's the beginning of overcoming. It's the beginning of overcoming, so she'll find it. Because she's searching now. She knows something, and she knows it has a lot to do with not having her father around. It's so simple. Forgive, and you'll be fine, young lady. And apparently, somebody got to her. I don't know if I think she said, somebody said her mother told her, don't be putting your business out there. Something like that about the parents. I'm not sure how it went. But according to Billboard, Sala explained her previous video, and she explained that she wasn't trying to bash her parents. She's right. She's not trying to bash her parents. She's looking for help to overcome, to get control of herself. And if anyone said that to her, you're bashing your parents, they're lying, they're evil. Pay that no mind, young lady. You're doing the right thing. Go and forgive. I hope that we can hashtag or do something, put this video out there for her. You're separated from your father, so that anger is of your mother. You have your mother's identity. She hates your father. She turned you away from him. But that void that you have, that anger that you have is of your mother and yearning for your father. Forgive, and you'll be free. Here is where she... So on the Billboard, she explained that she wasn't bashing her parents. And she wasn't. If you listen closely, she's not bashing, she's seeking. Here's where she described how she hated the strong, single black mother and described her mother as an overbearing army general. Watch this.
I'm not trying to perpetuate a situation where my child has no father and I'm strong single black mom who has food, the jobs, and is the breadwinner, and I don't want to be that. I actually don't. I actually don't want to be that. Honestly, I hate it. I despise it. I despise it. And honestly, it was the other day where it clicked for me because I was talking to my mom, and I was like, and she was like, talking about all this shit. And then I was like, damn, you sound like a f***ing army general.
But it's crazy because she's being so honest about it.
Yeah.
In a genuine way.
It's not anger, it's truly seeking.
Right.
She's hurting for her father. And her mother, a strong black woman. She said she ain't for all that.
I know.
I ain't for all that ass.
And that's so cool because her family comes from, these are superstars. Bob Marley, superstar. Lauryn Hill, superstar, right?
Yeah.
But then their kid is still messed up. But it's crazy that even in that life, she still can see that education and the breadwinner is not the answer.
She have money, so she must have money because her parents have money. She's getting all the stuff she wants.
Right.
But it's not fulfilling the spiritual issue, the longing of a father. So, Jerry, would you rather marry Lorna Hill or Tommy Lauren?
The black girl.
What's her name, Larner?
Lauren.
Lauren.
No. Oh, Lord. I'm black.
What's her name, Nick? Nick can't hear us.
Oh, Tommy Lahren. Lahren.
Who would you rather marry, Tommy Lahren, who think that she's all that go get her beautiful, educated, or Lauren Hill?
Lauren Hill's daughter.
Yeah.
Selah. Or
Yeah,
Selah.
Selah.
Salah for sure, because she could already tell she's seeing the truth. She don't want that. She sees the mistakes that her mom made.
Yeah.
So she's on her way. She's already decent. You know, she's on her way. She just needs to.
Somebody need to whisper to her,
Yeah.
go forgive your mother for screwing you up and love your father, you'll be fine. She'll make for a good wife and a good mother.
Right.
Because that's what she wants. She's not into all that other stuff. Amazing. Go and forgive Lauren.
No.
That's her name?
Salah or something.
Oh, Salah. Is her name Salah, Nick? I'll be right back, folks. I think it's Salah.
What is it that you wish for? What is it that you want? You're very insecure, aren't you?
To become secure, I have to have value. I want to be worth something. I want to be worth enough to attract the attention of others.
But your value is something you have to find for yourself. You have to find it, Shinji.
I have no value without it.
My life is worthless without it.
Then what am I? Representations. Everything is merely a description, not the real myself. Everything is simply a shape, a form, an identifier to let others recognize me as me. But then, what am I? Is this me? My true self? My fake self? What is it that I am?
Are you? There's little difference between how you interpret yourself and how the others interpret you.
Right. My clothes, my shoes, my room. These are all parts of what makes up myself.
These things are connected through your consciousness.
So what I think is me is me. What I recognize as self is myself. I'm no more and no less than the sum of my self-awareness. But I don't understand myself. Where am I? What am I? What am I?
The only one who can take care of you and understand you is you, yourself. So you must take care of yourself. Your world is in a state of constant change. You're capable of change anytime your mind perceives these changes.
What is this? A world of nothing? A world with nobody in it?
This is the world of perfect freedom.
Freedom?
Perfect freedom. A world in which you have no restriction.
Is this really freedom?
Yes, this is what it is. However, this world has nothing in it.
if you see Salah, tell her you understand if you do understand. Or you did the same thing, went through the same thing. And what set you free, you forgave your mother for turning you away from your father. Don't ask for forgiveness because you're right, you're not responsible. You're responsible as an adult to seek and overcome. Go and forgive your father, your mother for turning you away from your father, and forgive your father for not being there, and you'll be fine. Somebody tell her if y'all see her. All right?
If you're saying there's truth in the proposition and I'm asking you questions, I don't know why that's annoying.
Because you've had the answers. That's why it's annoying.
Where's the answer?
And you're an adult, Jay Weasel, but you act like a 17,
That's
16-year-old.
And you're older than I am, and you shouldn't be telling people to shut up needlessly and time them out like a petulant child.
Says who? Says
Says
who?
you. Says me. Says you based on your age.
And who are you? And who are you?
Act your age.
Who are you? You're an atheist evangelist.
Act your age.
Who are you? Who?
Can someone tell Dwayne I can't add him because I'm not on Premiere anymore? So I can only get 6 people in here.
Here, I'll let him in. I gotta take off anyway.
All right, I appreciate that, Jay.
Later, Weasel.
Yay, Dwayne's in the house.
Hey.
Howdy, partner.
Hey, partner.
Howdy. You there, partner?
Sons of bitches.
Jay.
Amazing. So I'm not wrong about a return to the Father. When I come back, I'm gonna take your calls. I'm gonna take a break here, and when I come back, we're gonna open the treasure chest on D Live at 8:30, and then we'll take your calls as well. Back in a moment.
You gotta let it go. You gotta let it go.
Father of mine, Father of mine, tell me where have you been? You know I just close my eyes, my whole world disappeared. Father of mine, take me back to the day, yeah, when I was still your golden boy, back before you went away. I remember blue skies walking the block. I loved it when you held me high. I loved to hear you talk. You would take me to the movie. You would take me to the beach. You would take me to a place inside that is so hard to reach. Father of mine.
evil that drives all the needs, does all the deeds that make you want.
And we'll get to those in a minute. Apparently, Salah is a word that's frequently showed up at the end of a verse in the book of Psalms and in Habakkuk. So that's where that name came from. So if you see Salah, tell her, Jesse told you to tell her, go and forgive her mother for turning her away from her father, for being so willful and controlling. And forgive her father for not being there for her to protect her from her mother, and she'll be fine. And have her do the silent prayer video. The silent prayer video, all right? And it's being reported, this is from Get Pocket. More and more Americans are reporting near constant cannabis use. More and more people are getting on pot as legalization forges ahead. And this is due to not having fathers. Because when you have your father, your earthly father, you're close to him, you don't need pot. You don't need drugs. You have perfect peace. So you don't need anything to replace that emptiness. Pretend that that's God. It's amazing. Return to your fathers, folks. Really. Give it a try and see what happens if you don't believe me. Because if you don't return to your fathers, here's an example of one of the things that will and can happen to you. This is from the Daily Mail. Black Lives Matter Chicago organizer, Ariel Atkins said early Monday, looting of stores was a form of reparations. Watch this.
Care if somebody decides to loot a Gucci or a Macy's or a Nike, because that makes sure that that person eats. That makes sure that that person has clothes. That's reparations. That is reparations. Anything they want to take it, because these businesses have insurance. They're going to get their money back. My people aren't getting anything.
That's a woman?
Yeah. A radical Black Lives Matter organizer from Chicago. That's evil. And that's due to not having a father, not loving her father. That's one of the things that can happen to you. At least 13 police officers were injured as the violence claimed an estimated $65 million in property damage. This is a result of not having fathers. This has nothing to do with systemic racism, police brutality, slavery, or Jim Crow. It's angry, lazy black people not having fathers. They've been turned away from their fathers, and Satan is their daddy. And this is what they do. And each generation of blacks get worse and worse and worse because that's what evil does. In your personal life and your public life. Chicago was on lockdown last night. On lockdown with drawn bridges leading into the city. These bridges were pulled up. Look at that. Trying to control the out-of-control blacks. And far left liberal, evil, white Antifa. The bridges pulled up and freeway exits blocked after riots were sparked by a false rumor of a 15-year-old child shot by police. Even if it was true, it doesn't call for that.
This is him. He got a gun.
That's the guy that did it.
That's the one I think that was accused of being killed.
What the? He got a gun. I see a gun. I see a gun. Y'all see a gun? I see a gun.
Latrell.
But that's what you do to people when you turn them away from their father fathers, you morally corrupt them, brainwash them, you can make them do anything. Black can be made, not all, but most can be made to do anything that's wrong, but not right, but wrong. And then they excuse it away. When you want trouble, rent a black. And that woman, Lightfoot, that radical far-left liberal lesbian, mayor of Chicago, all she's doing is blaming others. She ain't doing nothing. She's like if you want to do wrong woman, get Lightfoot. If you want to do nothing woman, Lightfoot is the way. She ain't doing nothing but blaming others. Josh is out of Delaware. Hey, Josh, happy Man History Month.
Happy Man History, Jesse. How you doing?
All is well. Hold on, Josh, your phone is not well. Oh, that's too bad because you've been waiting a long time, man. Amazing. Rachel is a first-time caller out of England. Heard around the world. Rachel, happy Man History Month. You're on the air.
Oh, my gosh. Happy Man's History Month. Jesse, I'm a bit nervous.
Thank you. Relax. It's just Jesse.
Bloody hell. Oh, sugar. Sorry, I shouldn't swear, should I? How are you?
I'm amazing. All is well. Thank you.
And I'm amazing, too.
That's good. What time is it there in Delaware?
In Delaware, in Derbyshire, in England, it's 20 to 5 in the afternoon.
Amazing.
And it's roasted. It's too hot for me.
Oh, yeah?
I'm a bit pasty, I am, so Joel won't marry me because I'm not Mexican.
You only date Mexicans.
Well, I could put a double fake tan on if that'll suit, Joel. I think he looks like Rio Ferdinand. He used to play for Man United.
That'll do, Rachel.
Everybody want Joel.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
Amazing. What I rung up for, really, Jesse, is not a question or anything. I didn't even remember what her name was because she's that much of a non-entity to me. That Tommy Lauren is called, Lauren.
Yes.
Oh, my God, how embarrassing. I cringed when I watched that. What an idiot.
I know, that was so amazing. She was putting down all the women who are not educated, like her and her friends. And she seemed desperate.
She is one desperate. I tell you what, I wouldn't know her if I fell over. I'm a nurse, been a nurse 21 years, and me and all my group of friends are educated, but we don't... Well, we wouldn't be friends with her. She should maybe get with one of them fat black lesbians who started Black Lives Matter. I think that'll suit her.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
You're right about that. That's amazing.
Yeah. So, yeah, she's just a desperate woman. She's never going to get a man, is she?
No, she's not going to get a real man, not with that attitude. She would have to change if she want a real man. She might end up with a beta male, someone that she can control, but she's never going to get a real man with that attitude.
No. But I think that's why women like that have them sort of little dogs, you know, that they put in like little outfits and stuff.
Yep.
And that's the kind of man she'll end up with. Come here, doggy.
You're right about that. Hopefully she'll overcome her hatred of men, and she can overcome that. Maybe someone will pull her coattail and tell her before it's too late. And but she definitely hates men. She's on an ego trip.
Yeah, I mean, she can't surely, honestly, believe what she's saying. I don't think she does. I just think she's trying to get some attention. I was just like shaking my head. I'm like, what the?
What the?
And that's all, really, Jesse.
Well, I appreciate your call, Rachel. Amazing.
I'm so bloody excited. And just to say to Joelle, I'm another one who says Arkansas, so we should ask her how she pronounces it, and that'll be a test.
Thank you, Rachel.
So Gerald is not the only one that says Arkansas, huh?
I was going to say I'm a bit simple then, but sorry, Joel, I won't suggest that you were. But, you know, it's easily done.
That's right. Rachel, thank you for your call. Call me again, all right?
Thank you so much. Bye, everyone.
I love you too. Bye now.
I love you. Bye.
Bye. Heard around the world by everybody and their mama.
AP says, Jesse, when did Aunt Esther join the Arkansas Senate? Also, legend
That
has
was
it.
Arkansas, not Kansas. She lived in Arkansas.
They said Arkansas.
That's Arkansas. That's Arkansas, baby. That's not Arkansas.
That's what they put, AP.
You put Arkansas?
He put Arkansas.
It's not Arkansas?
Maybe he just missed that.
He misspelled it?
Maybe so.
Oh, okay.
The chat is saying that I spelled Arkansas wrong, but he put it here. He said Arkansas. He put Arkansas. That says Arkansas, not me.
That's Arkansas, boy.
I know, but he spelled it Arkansas. Is what
How you
I'm
spelled it?
trying to put. Look right here. He said Arkansas.
That's Arkansas.
I know, but he spelled it Arkansas.
That's how the world spells it.
Oh, that's how it goes.
He black. He black.
Oh, sorry, guys.
What are you
I
talking
thought it was
about?
pronounced. I was reading how it was spelled.
Wait, did you go to school?
Now I get what they're saying. Oh, sorry.
Did you go to school at all?
I missed that word. My bad, AP.
He's from LA, folks. He went to a public school.
You said that's how the world spells. Slow.
It's spelled Arkansas anywhere you go, buddy. He black.
Okay, now I get it.
Oh, my God.
My bad.
I feel you smoke pot.
Maybe I should.
You bet. If you don't smoke, you're the only person on earth I recommend to smoke.
and that's all.
I can't believe you. LOL. Talk about being black.
It's well.
Some might say open up a dance studio might be a beta move. So what are you going to do? Borrow one of his dancer's outfit or tutu in the slippers, prance around the stage doing pirouettes?
I asked him where he going. He tell me where he been.
Beta! 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 Beta!
A moment that will be ever remembered. I am an Oreo cookie. White on the inside, black on the outside. Isn't that amazing? At one time in life, I was black on the inside and black on the outside. Hey, Joe. He black. He black. It's amazing. He black. He black. He black. He black. I'm black and slow. I don't know. He black. I am not African American. I don't have an afro. Amerifro. There are no African drums beating in my chest. The American guitar is playing in my heart. Born on a plantation in Alabama. Grew up under the Jim Crow laws. Worked the fields, worked the plantation. Black as the ace of spades, but 100% American. Now I'm white on the inside. Hey, Joe. He black. He black. It's amazing. He black. He black. He black. He black. I'm black and slow. I don't know. He black. Hey, Joe. He black. He black. It's amazing. He black. He black. He black. He black. I'm black and slow. I don't know. He black. Who is this on 3? Khadijah. Khadijah is a first-time caller out of Austin, Texas. Khadijah, happy Men's History Month. You're on the air.
Happy Men's History Month.
Amazing. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I love and appreciate the masculine all men. Thank you for your love, your guidance, your protection, your provision, everything that you do for women. Thank you.
You're welcome. Absolutely. You're welcome.
I wanted to make a comment about Tommy Lauren's rant.
Yes.
And her PSA for men. I found it really interesting because I can see both sides, not as in both sides are right, but as in I have been on her side before.
Right.
Before I decided that I wanted to be a wife, I used to think that my accomplishments, my education, and how much money I had in the bank was what made me a good candidate for marriage. And I found
What's up? I'm going to let you guys trickle in before I start talking because this is important. So, waiting for you guys to get here. So, normally I do final thoughts and I do Instagram lives and I do rants about politics. There's plenty to talk about in politics right now. Do it every day. It's a great time. But something, as of recently, has been on my mind. And I consider myself a teacher, a helper, someone who could possibly inspire people to be better. So with that being said, this is a PSA for all the men out there and all the boys who think they're men, but they're actually boys. This is going to be the summer of canceling boys. Now, from my own personal experiences and the experiences of all of my friends, which range in age from 24 to 36, we've all got issues. Now, I will also say this. All of my friends are attractive. All of my friends are successful. All of my friends have something going on. Almost every single one of them have an issue with men. And you have to start looking at that and thinking, if an age range of that many people, including myself, living really all over the country and being blonde, brunette, short hair, long hair, I mean, tan, super white, super pale. I mean, these women range in every body type and everything. They're all successful, they're all intelligent, they're all good people. But if all of these women, including myself, are having issues, then I have to think, it might not be us. It might be you. It might be men. It might be men. Now, I've often talked about the pussification of America and how men are no longer men. I talk to my mom about this a lot, and she says, well, maybe it's just the guys in Texas. Maybe it's just the guys in Los Angeles. Maybe it's just the guys, it is not just the guys in Los Angeles, Nashville, Dallas, and they're not any better in the Midwest. They, quite frankly, I think they're trash all over this country in the age range of about 20 to I think about 55, maybe even 60. A lot of men are trash. A lot of men don't know how to treat women. A lot of men don't know how to really, quite frankly, pull their heads out of the sand and pay attention. So I am going to help you. And these are some of the things that I've experienced, and these are some of the things my friends have experienced. I'm just going to lay a few things out. They haven't all happened to me. Some of them have just happened to my friends. A lot of them have happened to me. So the first thing, and I've made notes, by the way. I've made notes. This is how invested I am in this because I've been thinking about this for about 2 weeks solid now. First question for men. If you like a girl, if you're even somewhat interested in a girl, you need to ask yourself this question. Are you single? No, I don't mean are you kind of single, seeing 5 people, dating somebody, still kind of in a relationship.
Found out that I was wrong.
Yep. And what made you think that was right?
My mother, I was raised to be a strong, independent woman. I even was told one of the things that my mother used to teach us is that even if we got married, to always have our own bank account, keep our apartment, don't ever trust a man, ever, 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 ever.
What a setup.
I know.
Wow.
I know.
Have you forgiven her for that?
I feel like I have.
Did you go to her and forgive her?
I didn't.
You
I
haven't.
didn't actually go to her with the intention of forgiving her. I feel like I've forgiven her in my heart, but I haven't.
No, you're taking the cowardly way out. You got to go face her mother because that was a setup. That was evil, and she passed on her hatred of men to you. And you forgive her. You need to face her so you can get your courage back, and so that God will forgive you.
Yes, sir.
Because that was a complete setup intentionally. So that's evil.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Will you face her?
I will.
You're going to shake in your boots, but it'll be the last time you will ever have to shake in your boots.
Oh. I believe that. I believe that. But there is light on the other side. I did do some work towards getting out of that mindset, but I see where my forgiving her and making that conscious exercise to forgive her.
Yes. And the rule, according to God, if you have aught against anyone, anger, go and forgive, and I will forgive you. He doesn't say stay home and just do it in your heart. Stay home, stay home and just do it in your mind. He said, go and forgive, and I will forgive you. So you got to go and face her because there's a lot to it in that you overcome fear, you become an adult, you forgive her, God forgive you. It just be amazing. It's more than what you can even imagine.
No, I feel that. I believe that.
Are you married now?
I am not married now. I am in courtship.
Are you living with the guy?
No.
Good. Are you sexing with the guy?
No.
Good. Amazing. Well, go and forgive your mother. And so if you continue to date this guy, you will see if he's the right one for you. You guys, if it is, you will end up married and have children, and you will have an amazing family.
Thank you.
You will start a new generation.
That's the goal. That's the goal. I'm looking forward to that and being happy, really happy.
You're going to have more than happiness. You'll have peace. And it doesn't mean that you and your husband won't disagree sometimes, but it won't be a battle. It won't be the end of the relationship. It'll be a disagreement, but you will see how to overcome it. But you got to overcome your mother, and you can only do that by facing her.
Ooh.
Amazing.
It's scary.
Even the idea of facing your mother scares you, huh?
It does. Even now, like my mother is 70, and I still,
yeah.
Just thinking about it. And she's very. I don't have to tell you. You know what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
She can be really overbearing.
Yes.
But I've learned how to communicate with her in a way where I'm not trying to be her teacher or anything like that.
Yeah.
I've sort of developed a way to kind of deflect and not really confront because she reacts in such a visceral, such a negative way.
Yeah.
She doesn't respond well to being corrected. That's something I had to learn. And one of the main things when I hooked up with my mentor, how to take correction, and that was the biggest hurdle I had to overcome with my mentor, is being corrected.
Well, I want to take you.
Yeah.
I want to take you to the finish line. Go and forgive her, and God will forgive you. Everything. Don't apologize for anything you did along the way, because you could not help it. You created her image, recreated her image, so you were the mirror of your mother. And go and forgive her, and God will forgive you. Don't ask for forgiveness. Forgive her, and God will forgive you. And however she respond is on her. And then love your father. He couldn't help himself. Forgive him. And that way you don't pass on this thing to your children. Will you let me know how it goes?
I will let you know how it goes. Absolutely.
All right, Khadijah, I wish you well.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate it.
God bless you.
Okay, I was gone for a minute, but I'm back now. Sit the fuck back down. Still like everybody nowadays, Hollywood. I was like that now. I'ma show you motherfuckers how to act now. I'ma show them how to act. I'ma show you. I'ma show them how to act. Okay, now picture little Bobby, just a younger run around with his man, hammer in his hand, feeling like a man. Run, motherfucker, run, put a pole, get the gun, get it to your brain like goddamn. Everybody know you ain't about it. Everything you talk about, I know I can live without it. Red light, stop, green light, go. Everything ain't what it seems like, motherfucker, I know. I know what you mean, when you can, bitch, I've been in. This is really the beginning again. What you been living in? The box under the bridge, like Anthony Kiedis, looking for something to complete us and maybe leaders, fucking the leaders. Hell of a long way from equal as how they treat us. Body of a builder with the mind of a fetus. Turn on the television and see the vision they feed us, and I wish I could erase that face facts. Everybody people, everybody bleed, everybody needs some, everybody love, everybody know how I go. Everybody people, everybody bleed, everybody needs some, everybody love, everybody know. I've been knocking doors down like a Jehovah's Witness. God is my witness, a witness, but on the real I think I need another witness. If it was 17, black dad and white mama wouldn't change a thing. Light skinned motherfucker certified as a house nigga. Well, I'm a goddamn gold figure, and my blood is the slave and the master. It's like the devil playing slaves with the pastor, but he was born with the white privilege. Man, what the fuck is that? White people told me as a child, as a little boy playing with his toys, I should be ashamed to be black. And some black people look ashamed when I rap, like my great granddaddy didn't take a whip to the back. Not accepted by the black or the white. I don't give a fuck, race God, I can see the light. Everybody talk about race this, race that. I wish I could erase that, face facts. Everybody people, everybody bleed, everybody needs some, everybody love, everybody know how I go. Everybody people, everybody bleed, everybody needs some, everybody love, everybody know. Okay, I was gone for a minute, but I'm back now. Sit the fuck back down. Feel like everybody nowadays, Hollywood. I was like that now. I'ma show you motherfuckers how to act now. I'ma show them how to act. I'ma show you. I'ma show them how to act.
Fine.
No, I'll suck my wife's toe in the steed of your toe if that's acceptable.
That's fine. That works.
That works. Okay,
No,
we are in
I'm waiting
agreement
for
then.
Gavin
It
to
is a
be a
verbal contact.
chihuahua.
Well, I don't know if he's coming in. Like I said on Praise's channel that I was coming in. And yes, there is a link. There it is. And so, because I was waiting for Gavin on Praise's channel because he had something to say to me and he wanted to address it. So, like, okay, cool. Well, and I waited and he didn't show up and I had to go to get ready, come home. And so I talked to Quentin about our morning show and now I'm here to see what's up and talk. And if Gavin doesn't show up, that's fine. This isn't for Gavin anyway. This is just me hanging out on a live stream with some fellow people in Quentin. People like Matt Bond, welcome, and
So, in all
the
honesty,
Converted Man.
Man, why is it that only you never come on my show?
I quit
but like anyone else's,
No,
you're willing
every time
to pop in.
Quitting, every time you stream, I swear I'm always busy. That's why I asked
Hey, Red
if you were
Fang.
going to stream tonight, because I was going to join your stream if you stream.
What up? Yes, we can have Logic Talk. The
Well, I
Converted
did
Man.
stream,
saw your
but I
comment.
only did it.
Yeah, it was like 2 minutes.
Oh my word.
Yeah, I
Wait. What up? What up?
No, I might try to get you on tomorrow, Matt, so that way you can try what you want to do.
Yeah, normally I could only join streams during the day. occasionally. Most of the time, I can't join until the evening or night.
Oh my God, P Mars
I'm
just
sorry.
subscribed to my channel, bro. Oh no.
Did you see
Time to shut down your channel.
So guys,
Oh.
I don't know
Yep.
if you know that the Twitter made it so that you can choose who's able to respond to you. You know, so
Oh,
you
yeah?
can have a nice little closed shelter. And it's like, yeah, it's just kind of, you know.
Oh, where you can hide in your little bubble?
Yeah, like only whoever you allow to respond to the tweet will be able to. Like nobody else can respond. It's like, yeah, it's awfully close to election. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a conspiracy guy, but you know, I mean, this is a bad idea. I mean, come on, you know. Anyways, whatever, you know. So there's a lot of people like, whoever can respond to this is cool, and then like only people that they follow can respond to it. It's like, yeah, screw you. Anyway,
So talking
everyone
there,
can always
we
respond to my thing.
Tog and I did something that we normally don't do, and we prepared for tomorrow's show. So I'm kind of
Whoever's
proud of us.
backstage.
Hey,
give
you
me a
guys
minute.
are
I was
Oh
busy.
my
better.
God, there's
Good job.
way too many people.
Yeah,
Thank
we're
you.
learning.
I
Sorry for
can
whoever's
do
back.
that. I have the power of bringing people together, I guess.
Heyo.
That's just a joke. I really don't. Or maybe I do.
Oh,
I
we
don't know.
got
Hey, Clockwork and P Mars
Uh,
and Red Fang. I don't know if I said Red Fang yet, but hey, Red Fang.
yeah. Hi everybody.
yeah. You said what's up earlier.
I'm
Okay.
Mars.
Oh God, here we go.
What's up, dog?
What happened
Red
to
Fang.
Aid through?
Hold up
What
a
up,
real,
Uncle?
hold up a real
What
quick
up, Uncle
question.
Rex?
I have a quick question for Red Fang. Were you in Praise's live stream? After I left, I guess I should say, or any of you.
Yes.
Was Gavin ever popped back in, or did he say whatever, or no?
Yeah, he popped back in. He wanted to talk to you about your short little video. You did I think yesterday or the day
Oh, my
before.
Logic video. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
We're talking about it right
Yeah.
now, so it's pertaining to the subject.
Well, real quick, what's up, Uncle Clockwork? I heard you say me, so.
What's up, Q-Dog? Hey,
How's it
Todd,
going?
how did your chat with Abel go earlier?
Hey,
Pretty good,
real
pretty
quick,
good. It's just,
Tog,
oh, go
deconverted
ahead.
man's in the back.
Oh,
I hit the death button.
my bad. I was. If you do that, it doesn't like pop out or whatever. So I don't know. It didn't give me a
Yeah,
notification.
like
that
I
was
hit
weird.
the button. Don't hit that button. That's the death button.
Yeah, put the tape over it.
Shit happened.
I went to hit mute and I hit start cam and I don't have a cam plugged in, so it just kicked me out. It was like, you are in the backstage now. That's what you get, idiot.
Oh, I forgot to spell it. Is it etu? It is etu, right? In French, is it etoile? Etoile. Etoile. Is it
Etoile.
tu? If I spelled
Did
it
you-
wrong, oh well.
Did you see that thing in French where, like, if you say it, like, all the words sound exactly the same?
Oh, that one video, I saw that. Yeah, it's like.
Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson Tonight. There are a lot of things you want to know about Kamala Harris, and we plan to tell you. But the first thing to know about Harris is that in just a few months, she could run your country. If Joe Biden wins the presidential election, Kamala Harris effectively will become the president of the United States. Everyone knows that. Democratic donors understand it best of all. America's big banks have long controlled Joe Biden for years in the Senate. For decades, he faithfully did their bidding. And in return, they sent him money. They still do. In fact, far more money than they send to the incumbent president. And the banks were nervous for a moment about the prospect that Biden might pick Stacey Abrams, so they were thrilled when he chose Harris instead. On Twitter, they cheered the news. The consulting group Signum Global sent a bulletin telling its clients to calm down and rest easy. The Democratic ticket is under control, our control. Last night, in fact, the DNC hosted a fundraiser with lobbyists for Credit Suisse, Raytheon, Western Union, and ExxonMobil. So all is well on Wall Street. But how about the rest of the country? Actual voters have never shown a lot of enthusiasm for Kamala Harris. In fact, Harris was so remarkably unpopular in the Democratic primaries that despite nonstop media cheerleading, she was forced to drop out before the first votes were even cast, before Christmas. Biden's handlers know this, obviously. They were there, they watched it, but they don't care. They're betting that you hate Donald Trump so much that you will make Kamala Harris president anyway. Like their friends at Google, the Biden campaign understands it has a monopoly, and they plan to exploit it. This is not the democracy we were promised. In fact, it's not democracy at all. It's oligarchy, and it has consequences for everyone. If candidates are only accountable to a small number of partisan executives in New York and San Francisco, they're unlikely to care when your neighborhood police station is on fire, for example. They probably won't be too upset when packs of mentally ill homeless take over your street or when your nephew overdoses on fentanyl. They have no incentive to improve your life, in other words, and instead they can just lecture you about your moral failings, and they are. That's the system we have now. Kamala Harris embodies it. It's all pretty sad and unnerving if you think about it. What if we had an election and no one cared what voters thought? We're about to find out. But before you get too depressed, take this moment to enjoy the breathtaking absurdity of it all. The most oblivious politician in America has joined forces with the most calculating politician in America. Hilarity ensues. Neither one believes anything, but only one of them knows what day it is. When Biden called Harris yesterday, for example, there was a script visible on his desk. So the Democratic nominee for president is unable to speak to his running mate without assistance. Here's how it went.
Hi. Sorry to keep you.
No, that's all right. You ready to go to work?
Oh my God. I'm so ready to go to work.
First of all, is the answer yes?
The answer is absolutely yes, Joe. And I am ready to work. I am ready to do this with you, for you. I'm just deeply honored, and I'm very excited.
That is just too great. We're keeping that on a loop in the tape department. I'm sorry to keep you, Kamala Harris says. Not since Elizabeth Warren pretended to drink a beer with her husband has an exchange that fake been captured on video. There are Mexican soap operas more authentic than what you just saw. And yet you still have to wonder how many times did they have to reshoot that scene before Joe Biden got his lines right. Let's try it again, Mr. Vice President. Warm personal conversation, take 11. It's going to be a deeply amusing 3 months. Do your best to enjoy it. But as you do enjoy it, pay attention also to what Harris says she believes. She'll try to say not much about what she believes. Public policy is the last thing the Biden campaign wants to talk about. The plan is to skate by on Harris's historic status, combined with, of course, relentless attacks on the incumbent. The New York Times, for one, is on board. The Times doesn't think you should worry about what Harris plans to do to your country if she's elected. Moments after Harris joined the Biden campaign, the paper declared her a, quote, pragmatic moderate. So why did they feel the need to sum her up that way? Well, obviously, to send a very clear signal to everyone else in the business. At this late stage in American journalism, the New York Times exists primarily as an assignment editor for producers at CNN. If the Times declares it, the 26-year-old Vassar grads who decide what's on cable television faithfully repeat it. So expect to hear quite a bit about Harris's pragmatic moderation in coming weeks. You probably already are. But the question is, that it's worth considering, is Kamala Harris actually a moderate? Well, let's see. Here she is last year calling for Congress to change the Constitution of the United States so that 16-year-olds can vote. As you watch it, for the sake of argument, pretend that Harris means what she's saying. And then ask yourself, what kind of person could make an argument like that in public without blushing? Well, only someone who'd never actually met a 16-year-old.
Do you believe that Americans should have the right to vote at age 16?
I'm really interested in having that conversation. I have to tell you that.
I think that there is no question that if we are looking at what is going on in our country, we are putting more responsibilities on people at a younger age, and the larger number of people that we can involve in the electoral process, I think the more robust it would be.
There is no question, Harris says, that turning the government over to 10th graders would make the country more robust. For sure. No more school, free dab pens for everyone, endless possibilities for more robustness. Does Harris really believe that? A few years ago, she had this assessment of young people. Watch.
If we mold and shape and direct someone to become a productive adult. What's the other thing we know about this population? And it's a specific phase of life. Remember, age is more than a chronological fact. What else do we know about this population, 18 through 24? They are stupid.
She's right about that. So put together her two statements on this subject. Young people are stupid, and that's why we need more of them to vote. And it makes sense, in fact. When the entire electorate is as passive as Joe Biden has become, you can pretty much do what you want. You can wield total control. That's what Harris is arguing. Say what you will about that position, but it is not in any sense moderate. It's radical. And many of Harris's views are, whether you like them or not. Consider this tape, in which she explains how the federal government should respond to the coronavirus pandemic. Again, whatever you think of affirmative action, it's likely you never imagined affirmative action would be applied to life-saving medical treatment. But Kamala Harris thinks it should be.
The disparities that have long existed based on race are now highlighted. So one of the things I'm calling for around this pandemic is that we make decisions about where the resources should go based on that issue.
So we make decisions about where the resources should go to keep people from dying on the basis of skin color. So only people of a certain color get the vaccine, for example. That's what she's arguing. Now, this is a lot of things. It's immoral. It's unconstitutional, obviously. But above all, it is definitely not moderate. Nor is this, by the way. Here's Harris in the Senate from 2 years ago, telling the acting director of ICE that federal law enforcement officers are a domestic terror group.
The Klan was what we would call today a domestic terrorist group.
Why? Why would we call them domestic terrorist group?
Because they tried to use fear and force to change political environment.
And what was the motivation for the use of fear and
It
force?
was based on race and ethnicity.
Right. Are you aware of the perception of many about how the power and the discretion at ICE is being used to enforce the laws? And do you see any parallels?
Are you aware of the perception? And do you see any parallels between federal law enforcement officers and the KKK? Harris wanted to know, but not really. The answer, of course, was embedded in the question. Ever notice you act a lot like Hitler? Harris wasn't really asking anything. She was attacking and doing it in the sleaziest, most passive-aggressive possible way. But don't fight back, don't even think about it, because the only people who criticize Kamala Harris are morally bad people. She's been making that very clear for years. She's even been willing to attack her fellow Democrats. Last fall, as her presidential campaign began to collapse from lack of popular support from voters, Harris suggested the real problem was that the Democratic Party, her party, had too many racists in it.
What I describe and what I believe to be the elephant in the room about my campaign.
What is that?
Electability.
What do you mean?
Electability. You know, essentially, is America ready for a woman and a woman of color to be president of the United States?
America was ready for a black man to be president of the United States.
And this conversation happened for him. There is a lack of ability or a difficulty in imagining that someone who we have never seen can do a job that has been done, 45 times by someone who is not that person.
Is America ready? Again, it's all pretty amusing. And yes, to answer her question, America is indeed ready for a black president. We elected one twice. But is America ready for a shallow, hectoring rich lady whose only real fans work at hedge funds and MSNBC? That's the real question here. But don't expect anyone in authority to ask it. Instead, expect more lying, more propaganda. We're seeing it everywhere just in the last 24 hours. In November, for example, the New York Times described Kamala Harris as, quote, an uneven campaigner who changes her message and tactics to little effect and has a staff torn into factions. But that's no longer true. You know why? Because it's election season. It's time to take out the Orange Menace. So the New York Times has revised its view. Harris is now, quote, a political warrior shaped by life in two worlds. And needless to say, she's a pragmatic moderate. The rest of the media vehemently agree with this. In fact, they were so excited about Kamala Harris getting in the race that for a moment, they forgot to scream at their makeup artists.
I thought it was coming, and it was incredibly exciting news when it came.
Just a remarkable moment.
She cares about women's issues. She cares about equality deep within her soul.
And she does have a kind of a charisma. I don't want to use the word celebrity, but in political terms, she does.
Really a remarkable rise, as Nia Malika had pointed out there. And as you pointed out, Nia, she is a fighter.
She's smart. She's quick on her feet. She's articulate.
One of the pluses for Kamala Harris' candidacy is her personal magnetism.
This is a phenomenal pick tonight.
People wanted to be around her. There was a charisma, a fascination, for lack of a better word, Anderson, a bit of celebrity surrounding Kamala Harris.
I immediately understood why people in California saw her as the female Obama.
She's remarkable. Really, the question is, if she gives a campaign speech from a position of elevation, is it a Sermon on the Mount? News at 11. The anchors on CNN, of course, were especially supportive. In fact, Kamala Harris is the only politician their boss, the tiny but secretive Jeff Zucker, has ever publicly endorsed. When she ran for Attorney General in the state of California, Zucker said this, quote, Kamala is not just important for the city of San Francisco, the state of California, but for the entire country, end quote. So according to Jeff Zucker, Kamala Harris is that important, existentially important, spiritually important, probably too important to cover as you would a mere politician who just wants to take over your country. So stop asking questions, obey.
No, you really should. You should try Russian candy canes. I think you'll like that.
Oh my God.
Dutch
Who did
rudder.
we run out?
Is your
Dutch
the man
rudder,
now?
Boston pancake,
Is your the man now dog still a thing?
Alabama hot pocket.
Fudge Factory.
I don't know what an Alabama Hot Pocket is. I'm not gonna search up that one.
Icy Mike, Cleveland steamer.
You don't want to.
I know a Cleveland. I know a Cleamer steamer.
Who's the Yo. Hey, who's the dude with the star profile?
That's Deconverted Man.
It was Deconverted Man.
It
now
was
I'm,
Deconverted
now I'm
Man.
ooh.
Oh.
I'm a
I couldn't
potpourri.
read your name.
I'm a potpourri fruit
God.
of Kingdom Hearts. How do you say it? Papu? How does the damn fruit say name of?
The star fruit.
Yeah, no, it's Papo. It starts with a P.
Hey, who's got the shotgun? I need to put a boomer down.
What?
Huh?
Oh, I
kidding.
got that reference. It's a
Kidding.
Left 4 Dead
Fair enough.
reference.
Nothing. Nope.
Okay, it was not
Boomstick.
a
Yeah.
Left 4 Dead reference.
Who's got the shotgun? I got you right here. Thanks, man. Grandpa, I'm
Alright.
sorry.
Won't be funny when your children want to kill you.
If Hank Hill was in the Rick and Morty universe,
Yeah, Will.
do you think he could beat up Rick? I think he could.
Oh God, we're not starting this shit. We're not-
Check it to go.
you mentioned Shaq. You guys obviously had a very, very successful working relationship. I mean, 3.
That's it. Come on, Piccolo. You can do this. All right. Steady now. Steady as she goes. This one's for Gohan and Goku.